Hey, what's going on, guys? Trying to rank your website in 2021? I want to show you 4 simple steps that are going to help you rank even faster. Watch this! So where is your business located online? Right? So you may say, well, we're located in Brooklyn or we're located in Orlando, Florida. That's where you may think you're located. However, Google has outlined each city, and you may be outside the lines. So I'm going to show you how to check where you're located. This is probably the most important of the lessons that I'm going to teach today in all 4 lessons. I have a lot of business owners that say, hey, I'm located in Brooklyn. What are you talking about? Brooklyn, New York is a big place. There's Red Hook, there's Bensonhurst, and your Google My Business, you're not going to rank in a big borough or a big city, like Brooklyn or like Orlando or Tampa, Florida. You're going to rank in the area that your GMB is located. For example, like Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, where the Honeymooners were from. Anybody old enough to watch that show, still remembers that show, knows what I'm talking about, right? Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Or here in Tampa, Temple Terrace is an area in Tampa here. You're not going to rank for the entire city. You're going to rank for your section. So I'm going to put a couple of addresses out there and show you exactly what I mean. So guys, let me show you exactly what I mean, right? So I go to Google, I type in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, because that's where this GMB is located, right? So if we look over here, we see that Brooklyn is a really big place. It's this whole area right here. It's really, really big. If you've been there in person, over here saw Queens, and then that goes into Long Island. All right, but enough geography. This is Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. You'll notice that when I type in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, what Google does is Google sections off what Bensonhurst, Brooklyn is. So I'll make that a little bigger for people that are unfamiliar with the area. Right? This is Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. This is what Google. Now, there may be people that live on 20th Avenue right here, or may live in Avenue U, right? And they'll say, yeah, I'm from Bensonhurst. I'm from Bensonhurst. I want to rank in Bensonhurst. Google doesn't see your business located in Bensonhurst. I don't care. That's what you think. That's how you grew up. That's not what Google sees as your area is Bensonhurst. Bensonhurst, they see from 14th Avenue to Avenue P and 60th Street to 86th Street. That is the parameters of Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Now, why is that important? I had a client one time that was located, or so he thought he was located, in Orlando, Florida. And you know what? I didn't check. If he said he was in Orlando, Florida, I believed he was in Orlando, Florida. I couldn't get the guy ranked. I couldn't get him ranked. At least back then, I didn't know some of the things I knew today. It was about 3 years ago. But it would have been a lot easier if he was actually located in Orlando, Florida. He was actually right outside the area. He was just a mile or 2 outside the area. So what does that mean? That means that if you're creating your Google My Business and then you're creating your website to get local traffic, everything should be about the area that you're inside the lines for, at least to start. Now, I have some tricks to go outside the lines by creating zip code pages and, creating city pages where, you could say Flatbush, and you could create these pages for Flatbush right up here and get ranked. But to start, you need to cover this red box first. Does that make sense? Everything on your website, if you're trying to rank in the Google 3-pack, should be about ranking your business in this red box where Google sees Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, and your service. So if you're a plumber, electrician, a lawyer, you know, for right now, if you're trying to rank in the Google 3-pack, everything should be about Bensonhurst, Brooklyn. Now, I'm going to pull something up. I should probably stop the video. And another thing, as I know that this is annoying, I have cleaning people here right now, so there's all kinds of things going on. All right, so this is exactly what I mean. So we created just a little website to create this, to show off what I'm trying to say here, and we call it Florida's Best Plumbing. And you'll notice that everything has to do with Orlando, Florida. See? See? Everything has to do with Orlando, Florida. Right? It's not just Florida, because Florida is a big place. And I'm not going to rank right away in Florida. Right? This whole area. But if I bring it to something reasonable, I will rank in Orlando, Florida if my efforts are focused on Orlando, Florida. Right? This is where Google sees Orlando, Florida. Everything in the red Google sees as Orlando, Florida. As crazy as that sounds. And if you're in Pine Hills, or you're in Winter Park, or you're slightly outside this red area, or you're over here somewhere in this swamp, close to this swamp somewhere, you're not located in Orlando, Florida. As much as you may think that this whole area is Orlando, Florida, it's not. Right? So I think I beat up this point enough. Basically what I'm trying to say, and I'll say it again, is to create your website if you want to rank in the Google 3-pack, is conquer that red area first. If you're located in Bensonhurst, Temple Terrace, Orlando, Florida, that's what your website is about. Conquer that area first. Make those keyword pages about Orlando, Florida. Make those your homepage about Orlando, Florida. That's the area that you serve. Right? Once again, I apologize for the background sound, but I really want to get this video out to you today. All right, so your website must focus on geo, that's your location, and your keyword. You will not rank for a keyword that you don't have on your website. All right, so you will notice everything that we did for Florida's Best Plumbing is around the GMB category, which was plumbing service. When we did this maybe about 6 months ago, they had a category called plumbing service. And the area. What do I mean they had? Google My Business had a category called plumbing service. All right. So everything is around plumbing service on this homepage and where they're located. That's everything on the homepage. So everything on your homepage should be about your first GMB category, the GMB category that you selected, and where you're located. Not Florida, but Orlando. Not Brooklyn, but Bensonhurst. So go back to your website, look at your homepage, and see where changes you need to make. You need to make sure that everything on your homepage is about your first GMB category, which is in this example was plumbing service. They removed that category, and the area, Orlando, Florida. Now, where did I get that from? I got that from this tool called Plepper. And if you click Plepper, and click the keyword, the GMB category plumber, you will see all the categories that Google sees associated with plumber. I'll put the link in the description below so you'll be able to go right to the website. Now, what do I mean? Your homepage is about your first GMB category and your geo, where you're located. Your second link, instead of about us or frequently asked questions or get a quote or whatever you put right here, your second link should be your second GMB category, which is heating contractor in this instance. So you'll notice right here it says heating contract. Now, well, they're not an electrician, so we'll get to the other links later on, but that's heating contractor. Okay? Right? So here you go, heating contractor. Then there was a category plumber, drainage service. These are all the GMB categories. For every GMB category that you have, your Google My Business category, you need to have a page for that category. Does that make sense? Right? Your home page about your first GMB category. Your second GMB category should be your first link right here. Your second GMB category should be your first link. And then every other link is just a drop down. Every other category is just a drop down. These are your GMB categories. Now, when you want to create keyword pages, these are your keyword pages. You see? And every keyword page has city, where you're located, and what you do. Okay? I was doing some other examples, so it may say Windmere here or Orlando. Some pages are different. I was showing some different things on some other videos. So, but you get the idea. It's just going to be geo, where you're located, and keyword, what you do. Your home page is about your first GMB category and where you're located. Your first link are all your GMB categories. Your second link are your keyword pages. So if I was to do this website again, instead of services, I would put plumbing services. And these are my drop downs. Plumbing services. Then if you want, you do your about us, your FAQ, and then your last link should always be contact. Now, I consult with a lot of clients about their website, and I'm just going to give you a tip right now, and you could look at your website right now. There should just be one call to action. Some people send me over their websites. There's 7 or 8 different calls to action up on the top, where there are little shiny little buttons like visit us on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and phone number and email and get a quote and visit us somewhere else and view our projects on the bottom. One thing. What do you want the client to do when they come to your website? It should just be one thing. Do you want them to call? Do you want them to log in? Do you want them to visit your Facebook page? It shouldn't be. You don't want to take people off your website. But everything in this fold, above the fold, this is called above the fold, should be to have the client do one thing. And I know, at least in my circumstance, 90% of my clients want people to call. So that should be their only option. Tap to call, especially on mobile. Right? Tap to call. All right, we went a little bit off, but I think that's going to help, because when you take a look at your website and you look at it, you're going to see that it's wacky. You're going to see you have 7 or 8 different ways for people to call. And your phone number shouldn't be in your upper left-hand corner, really small in 8-point font. It should be really big right here in the right-hand side, really, really big. Call now, and if they happen to miss it there, it should be on right here. But above the fold, the same message. That's what you want them to do. Tap to call. Call us, right? Okay. So citations are a way for Google to check your name, address, and phone number. And there are some websites, directories, citation sites, social profiles that are more important to others. There are literally thousands of them. In this section, I am just naming a couple that I suggest you should get right away. All right. First of all, if you're watching this video, you know what a Google My Business is. You want to make sure in your Google My Business profile, the address listed in your Google My Business profile and the address listed on your website are the same. So go check your Google My Business profile, go back to your website, and if it says Suite 103 in your Google My Business website and it doesn't say it on your site, please add 103. Right? So a lot of people say that's not a huge factor, but I like to just make sure that everything is correct. Now, you should set up a profile on Bing as well. I'm going to do a video on that pretty soon, but Bing has their own version of their GMB as well. So you could sign up for Bing. Like I said, this could be a whole lesson, but I'm just giving you a heads up. That's what you need to do. You could go to Apple Maps as well as Yelp. Make sure you have a business Facebook page. Also, there are review sites and hiring sites like Glassdoor that are hyper local to your area. You want to make sure you have one of those, right? And then you want industry specific citations. So I put the address in this slide. I'll also put it in the description below. But if you go to Moz and type in in the search bar, you type in your industry, it'll show you the specific citations you should have for your business. Now I'll put the link below in the description box. You just click this link and then just scroll down and search for your business, plumber or lawyer or whatever you do, and it'll show you the specific citations that you should have. I would fill them out by hand. Google News and press releases. Now, I like to use a service like Fiverr. I also use a service called Web20 Ranker, and I use a couple others, but you know what? When I'm in a jam and I need something quick, I like to use Fiverr. And for Fiverr, I could get somebody to write some Google News articles about my business. And in that article, I make sure that I add a couple of things. The name, address, and phone number to my business. So try to get your article on 15 Google News approved websites. What does that mean? You come over to Fiverr, you type in Google News, and then you have people that do guest posting on their Google News approved websites. You give them the information that they need. You also include your name, address, and phone number. Maybe you want to also include your GMB map, your Google My Business map link, right? That share map link. And include that and send that over to the person who's writing the article and posting on their Google post. And you want to get about 15. You could get a couple on one. You could get, you could have this person right here do 3, and this person do 2, so on and so forth. But you want to try to get about 15. And you want to make sure that each one of your posts have your name, address, and phone number. And if you want also a share link to your Google My Business map. All right. So that is going to help verify to Google what your name, address, and phone number is. Another thing that you should do is you should get a press release. Now, press releases in the past have worked great for helping the rankings. And there are still some ways that I see people are doing press releases to help their rankings. However, what I do press releases for right now are just to get my name, address, and phone number out there on the web. So this way, when Google goes to check and sees that they'll see that you have a footprint already on the web. They'll see in Google News. Sorry about that. They'll see it in Google News, and they will also see it in. They will also see it on a press release. Right? They'll also see it on a press release. You want to try to get your name, address, and phone number out all over the web. If you want to rank in the Google 3-pack, that's what you want to do. But get it in Google News, get it on a press release, and if you have a YouTube channel where you're doing videos, in the description, put your NAP. It's a Google-owned property. YouTube is a Google-owned property. So you want to make sure that you put your name, address, and phone number in the description of your video. Make sense? All right. We are going to come on the last subject coming up right now. All right, guys. So the last thing that you should be doing is you should be making sure that your phone number is associated with your business, right? I mean, voice search and this whole Amazon Alexa and all that other stuff is becoming very popular. And Google wants to make sure that your phone number is being associated with your business. And really, the only way they could check is by scouring the web really fast and seeing if your phone number matches up with your business name. So in order to do that, unfortunately, you're going to have to do it by hand. But I'll show you how. It's very, very simple. All right, guys. So the last thing that you want to do is, like I said, you want to add your phone number into a bunch of phone number directories. So very simply, what you do is you just go to Google, type in phone number directories, and scroll down and just start adding your information, for example, into white pages, U.S. phone book, 411, Frontier, anywho, so on and so forth. If you feel like you don't want to do that, well, you could go to a website here called TaskRabbit, right? And you could get somebody to do that for you. Just give them the task, tell them what to do. Or a better choice for small tasks is micro workers. So you come over to micro workers and you let them know exactly what to do, and they will go to Google and they will add your phone number in all these directories. All right. So listen, guys, I hope this video helped. Listen, I know this video isn't breaking the internet, and but they're just 4 little tips that, actionable tips that you could do in just an hour or two, and it's going to greatly help your website rank, right? There are a bunch of things that you were missing prior, so you take an hour or two and just take care of these tasks, and it's going to help your website move in the positive direction. I really hope that this video helped you. I know it wasn't really too exciting. I had cleaning people here, couple of things going on at once, but I wanted to get this video out to you because it's important that that I try to reach out to you guys and try to help you, because I know, especially right now, business is really hard and everybody's trying to get a competitive edge, and how can they get in the Google 3-pack? And if I sit around and don't do that, well, then you can't get in the Google 3-pack, right? So what good is that? So yeah, there was some banging going on in the background and some noises, but I hope some of the information you liked, and I hope I was able to help you. And like I always say, please make sure you take care of your family. That's the thing that's most important. If you haven't helped your wife or your husband out in the past 24 hours, go clean up, throw out the garbage, walk the dog, the things you have to do. You don't need me to tell you. Just sometimes you need to be reminded. In fact, when I talk, I need to remind myself, right? That's real important. All right, so traffic is starting to build up in front of my apartment, so you're gonna start hearing beeping. So I'm gonna sign off until tomorrow. But guys, keep doing what you're doing. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. You're doing great. If nobody's telling you you're doing great, I'm telling you you're doing great. All right, just keep doing what you're doing every day. Just get in there and just try to reach more people with your business and try to improve your Google ranks. If there's anything I could do to help you, feel free, reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. All right, guys, have a nice day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.